Welcome everybody back to the channel. We're back in the garage. We got ourselves a new tool to review. Today I'm going to be going over the 3-inch SPTA dual action polisher. This is the 3-inch backing plate. It does also come with the 4-inch backing plate. And I really wanted to go ahead and do this review because it is $80 online for basically the whole kit you get. It comes with some extra stuff. We'll talk about that in a second. But I did just take a course, training class by P&S, Buff and Shine, and Autofiber. All three of them, representatives from them were there. And we did like paint correction, ceramic coating, decon wash. We did all that, right? And we used a 3-inch Rupes polisher to polish the glass, as well as some other little spots like where the trunk's at, stuff like that. So I do have hands-on experience with the Rupes 3-inch polisher. So that polisher is around $315, depending where you get it, like $290 to $315, depending on where you get it, for just the tool only, right? And I basically want to go ahead and do this review because I do have hands-on experience with that Rupes polisher, and that is $315. This is $80 for a kit. I'm gonna just say, let's just call it $80 for just the tool. Let's just say $80 versus $315. What's the real benefit? What's the real, is it really worth buying, almost 4 of these for one of those Rupes polishers, right? And it's just a 3-inch, so you're not gonna be using this the very, very most. Maybe I guess if you're doing headlights. But obviously your 5-inch, 6-inch, whatever backing plate, long throw polisher is going to do the most work. This is more for like the intricate little spots and like headlights, right? That's mostly what people are going to be using this for. And it does come in the kit. I will show you guys what it is right now, what comes inside of the kit. And all this will be linked down below. Even the $315 Rupes polisher, we'll talk about my thoughts on that polisher as well right now. You do get 2 microfiber towels. They're pretty decent quality, I guess. You do get an apron, which is pretty cool. So if you want to go ahead and throw this on, if you're wearing like a really cool shirt or something, throw a little apron on there. Or if you want to use it to cook, who knows? You want to cook up maybe have a little barbecue while you're polishing the glass. That might be kind of cool. And then it also comes with a brush to actually clean off your pads, which is really cool. I actually like that. It's a real stiff, not super stiff, but it's pretty decently stiff there to go ahead and clean off your pad. And in that box, that's it. Oh, sorry. You do also get sandpaper backing plates, little like attachments to attach at the end, 3-inch and 4-inch, because you do have a 4-inch backing plate as well. So yeah, sandpaper in there to do the headlights, which is really cool that they already offer that for you guys. Well, to me too. And then they also give you wool pads, 3-inch and 4-inch wool pads for those, heavier cuts. They do also give you a little swag bag right here, SPTA swag bag right there. It does also come with a wool glove, which I don't know what this is for. That's above my knowledge. You do get 2 compounds. One's a polishing compound, one's a heavy cut, one's a finishing polish. So for the headlights, maybe you guys want to check those out, try those out. It comes with the handle to, attach to the right or the left, whatever hand you like to use. I don't personally care about the handle, so I'm not going to use this. It comes with the spare 4-inch backing plate if you want to go ahead and switch out to a 4-inch backing plate, which I don't know if some of you would. I feel like if you have a 5 or 6, you kind of want to go to 3, maybe 3, or I think it's like 1, 3, 5, 6 is probably the most used, right? But if you want to use 4-inch, go ahead. This is the 4-inch pads, yellow, maroon, black. I believe maroon's the heavier cut, yellow's the medium, and then black's the finishing, I believe. I want to say that's correct. Because in the 3-inch, it's like that, right? So it's maroon, yellow, black, which is actually like the edge guard. Edge guard red or maroon's like the heavier cut. There's a heavier cut than the maroon, but I'm just saying for, in these terms, right? Maroon, yellow, black. So it's maroon's heavy cut or heavier cut. Yellow's the medium, and then black's the finishing. We want to do their polish on there. And so, yeah, we got that. The bag, and you do have a little wrench in there to switch out the backing plate if you want to. I'm going to personally just keep it as a 3-inch backing plate. Now, if you guys want to know the speeds here, it is a 10 millimeter orbit, by the way. It's 780 watts. Speed is 2,000 to 5,500 rotations per minute, or RPM. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. I'm not even 100% sure. But yeah, and then it does have a plastic backing there. It's not rubberized. It's just plastic. So I mean, if you put it on the table, it's not going to like be super steady. All right. And then, so we got the bag. I think I already showed that. And that's everything that comes in the set. Now, is it the best microfiber towels? Is it the best high quality pads. Is it the best? Not really, right? For 80 bucks, you kind of pay what you get for. But also, is it the best bang for your buck? Because again, you can buy 4 of these to get 1 Rupes polisher. So today, I'm actually going to be polishing the glass because I do have water spots, especially right here in the corners. I did polish the other 2 side with 3D speed. Now, 3D speed doesn't say you can use it on glass on the bottle, but on the website online, it does say you can use 3D speed on the windows, on the glass. So I've done it for my front windshield and those 2 sides. I haven't done it for the back. I don't think so. And then I haven't done these 2 for sure because I did do the Cerakote glass coat on the front windshield here. So that's what I have coated on the front. Nothing on these 2. I just washed the whole car. So I actually did finally wash my car. It's been a few days, especially we got like some weird rain recently. So my car kind of got dirty. But yeah, we have some deep. It's pretty etched on for sure because they've been here for a very long time. This was like my dad's car before mine. So, and the sprinklers, it's just. We're in California too, so it's just really bad, right? So I'm basically going to go ahead and show you guys up close real quick the water spots. We're going to go ahead and use Clarity Cream from PNS because that is what I was trained on, I guess, to do polishing on the glass. And it works really well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And yeah, show you guys the before and afters. But let me first show you real quick the actual... the watermarks. All right, guys. So here we are. I got the flashlight up there. I'm gonna try to let it focus on the paint, or on the glass. Yeah. So you can see really good right there. Let me let it focus. As we go down here, you can see those water spots, and it's all really caked on, etched on right there. I might actually have to lower the window just to get in those corners, but it's a 3-inch polisher, right? I think I'm moving a little too fast, kind of going out of focus. Boom, there it is, in focus. You can see the water spots, right? It's all down that window. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. It's really bad on the corners. In the middle, it's not terrible. It's definitely it's water spots there. I mean, you guys can see it, right? You guys can see the inside of my car too. It's some pretty decent water spots, basically. So we're gonna go ahead and do at least half. And then I'm going to show you guys basically the half, and then I'm probably just going to do it myself. The rest, well, I just blinded myself. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys half the window done, and then we're going to do the other half. So I might put some tape down the middle, and then we're going to go ahead and see the before and after, and then me actually using it and seeing how I like the polisher. All right, guys, so I forgot to mention as well where the speed's at, because I just was thinking about it. I was like, wait, I don't even think I mentioned this because it's at the very bottom. So the way you turn it on is right here, right? You just flick that button up, it turns on. Now, to choose the speed is down here. It's a little dial. It goes up to 6, and then it goes down to 1. Now, it does say 1 is 2,000 rotations per minute, and 6 is 5,500 rotations per minute. So I'm going to actually put on the yellow pad with the Clarity Cream, put a few dots on there, and then put it on 1 to just get a little box going, and then turn it up to maybe speed 3, maybe 4, and just go back and forth, and then do a few passes and just see how it goes. And I don't have tape, so I'm sorry. I don't know where it's at. I do have it, I just don't know where it's at. All right, so yellow pad, line it up right there. Boom, it's good to go. I'm putting it on speed 1. We're gonna do this is the yellow, which is I believe is a medium. That's level 1. The mic's right here, so this is how far it is. Level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I'm going to be honest, I think it's louder than the Rupes. I think the Rupes isn't that loud. From what I remember, because I remember being in the training class, and there's like 7 of us, and we had like 5 polishers, and they were all going off, and I feel like it wasn't that loud. But then again, I'm in my garage. We were in a workshop too, but still, it seems really loud. And again, we got the Clarity Cream here. Now, this is very expensive, guys. There's a few other glass polishers out there. This is around $30, $33, I think it cost me from my local 3D for this Clarity Cream. Let me know some other glass compounds that you guys really enjoy, or other compounds that are safe for glass, and let me know, because that's cost efficient, because $32, kind of a lot. Don't get me wrong, you're not going to use this whole bottle in one car, but still, you know, I don't know. All right, so I got the bottle opened up here. We're just going to put a few dots. A little bit here. Little goes a long way with this, especially because we're just doing, you know, a window. We're not, let me put a little bit of that extra, because I hate when it gets on the lid, on the cap. So we're going to put it like that. Got maybe a little bit too much, but we're going to go on speed 1 first. I'm going to do basically the left side. From here to the left, I'm going to try to knock out in one go. I think I can do it with this, so let's do it right here. Speed 1. It might be kind of loud. Let's see. I'm going to turn it up to speed 4. All right, let's see what that does. I'm going to wipe it off here. And I think I let the product, I think this section would have been perfect, and then do the second, do it like in, kind of like in fourths, because at the bottom, the compound was definitely drying out at the very bottom here. So it's not going to really do that much correction right here. But up here should definitely look way better. And we're going to go ahead and, even when you wipe right here, it's super smooth. And right here, it's kind of grabby. Right here, it's kind of grabby. You can feel it, like it's definitely cleaned it up. So let's bring you guys closer. All right, let's see how it works. Oh wait, other way. We gotta flip the light around. Bang. Okay, see, up there it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to like get up in that little section right here where the window's at. So I might have to lower the window down just so I can get up in that corner. But you know what? I still don't like the result. I don't think it's clean enough for me. So we're going to go and move up to the maroon pad. We're going to do the maroon pad, a little bit of a harsher cut, because it's really etched on right there, guys. You guys can see right there. I'm trying to let it focus a little bit. It's really etched on, so we're definitely going to have to do something else. So I'm going to switch pads to the maroon one, just because it should be a little bit of a harsher cut, and see how it works. All right, guys, so this time I am actually going to, I put the maroon pad on, and I'm actually going to push a little bit harder, maybe because I wasn't pushing as hard. I don't know. We're going to try it out, just to see what we can do with this. Maybe I should work in smaller sections, push a little bit deeper. We'll see right now. So got the maroon pad on, and I'm going to go ahead and start doing what I can right here. So let's go ahead and knock this out. Put it down to speed 1. And I will say this, one other thing, I got to mention this. So a lot of you guys are going to be like thinking about this. It's pretty warm, and I've only used it for like 40 seconds, maybe a minute and a half. I'm lying. But it's pretty warm, and the 3-inch polisher from Rupes was not this hot. It's not hot, it's just warm. All right, let's see what that looks like. I'm trying to get a little sneak peek here myself before I bring up the camera. Ah, there we go. There we go. All right. Now, I don't know what it was. Was it the pad? Was it me applying a little more pressure? Okay. This little thing right here, just touched that, very hot. No, not super hot, but 3 seconds on there, you're gonna feel it. But it's really hot. I don't think it should be heating up that much, that fast. But I do have to roll down the window because you definitely can't get all the way up on the edge with that. So this is a very terrible angle. Maybe I haven't faced the camera the other way. Hopefully you guys can see that. That corner's still pretty bad, but down here is, oh yeah, it looks way better. I think it's a combination of everything. Me pushing a little harder, me using a different pad. Again, these pads aren't the best quality. Let me flip the camera just so I know you guys are actually able to see that. Again, the very corner at the top, you guys can see right there, it's still got the little water spots. But down here, once it hits that, it's way better. Way better. So it's definitely improved. That corner, I got to roll down the window and really get in there. So I got to do that for sure. But let's go ahead and do a little bit more of this. Okay, so what are my final thoughts on the polisher? $80 versus $315. Is it worth the Rupes? I'm gonna go ahead and say, oof. I think it's more worth it, I guess, right? You could buy 4 of these for one of the Rupes. What I would do is put more grease in this thing and use better pads, and that's really going to be, really worth like a real bang for your buck right there. Now, a few things I have to talk about. I don't like the power right here at the bottom. I don't like that, right? Because you're working right here and you're like, all right, you're on speed 1, and it's like, wait, to the left or to the right for speed 4? And then you got to like look up underneath. Maybe over time you get used to it, where to turn the dial. I get that, right? Maybe over time you get used to that. I just want to see it. So I like it being up top for me personally, or on the side so you can kind of glance over real quick instead of having to like go underneath, right? And look at what speed you're at. That's just something that, I don't know, minor thing, but kind of a big thing, I guess. Number 2, I don't like the switches on the right. I think I prefer it right here because I hold it like this. I was noticing how I use the polisher. Maybe for you guys hold it like this. I hold it like this, so I would like the switch right here to be there. Maybe that would help me out. But maybe if the switch was there, I wouldn't like it, and I would put it on the side. No, because the Rupes one is right here. It's where your thumb's at, where my thumbs would be at. The switch would be right there. So maybe I do like it better right here. I think so. I think I like it still better right here. So those 2 things for sure, I like better on the Rupes. 3, or a bad thing, I guess. The heat. It is warm. Again, I've only done this window, and I started doing this back window a little bit, and it's warm, guys. It's definitely warm. You might have to, like, if you want to polish all the windows with this, maybe you have to take a little break. I don't know. Or just keep going. It might overheat on you. That's the only thing that I would worry about, is that, really. But also, what's one thing to notice? This is like $80, right? Let's not forget about that. And the Rupes is $315. So if you drop this versus dropping the Rupes, you're saving yourself, or you're not saving yourself, but it's just a little bit more of an affordable drop, I guess, if you want to quote it like that. But overall, what are my thoughts? I think it's very well spent. $80 well spent. You can only buy it in this kit. It's not like it's going to be cheaper if you buy it by itself, because I don't think they sell it separately. I'll look, but I don't think they do. And this is corded, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. The cord is probably 8 feet, 10 feet. It's not super long, so I would definitely recommend getting an extension cord because you cannot go around your whole car just plugging this into outlets. So it's not a super long cord. I don't know what the cord length is on the Rupes. If you guys know, drop in the comments to help other people out. But yeah, overall, guys, I do think it's very, very worth it though. $80 for a 3-inch polisher. I feel like there's probably some other ones out there too. SPTA is like I feel like a lot of people see it on Amazon, so I just want to try it out. I know Best in Class Detail. Shout out to Best in Class Detail. He uses the cordless SPTA polisher, the 5-inch one or 6-inch, and he does waxes with that, which is pretty cool. So I actually did look into buying that one as well to do, like, if someone wants like a carnauba wax, you can just pop it on there and wax the whole car with one pad and knock it out really, really fast. Because for waxes, you don't have to be super precise like you would paint correction or like glass, whatever, right? But yeah, overall, guys, I am happy with the results so far. I do have to roll down the window a little bit and get in these little edges, and I have to do the back window as well. But other than that, I do recommend this polisher. I think it's very money well spent. That being said, I don't think you're going wrong with the Rupes because you're getting a big name brand. And I don't know with sorry, I meant to say, you're getting a big name brand because they're going to have better components in the machine, right? I'm assuming, right? Better grease, better internals, better everything in Rupes polishers. Obviously, because you're getting the name brand, you would have to assume that they're putting a little bit more quality into their products. Not saying this is terrible. I just don't know if it's going to be, if the internals are as high standard as the Rupes. So that's my opinion on that. If you guys have used this polisher or any other polishers out there, 3-inch that are corded or cordless, let me know in the comments down below, because I'm obviously, still new to the, paint correction and polishing game. So definitely drop some recommendations down below. And yeah, honestly, Clarity Cream, I mean, I used this during the training class, and I was a fan of it, so I was like, you know what, I'll go ahead and get it. It is pretty expensive, like I said earlier, but I still think a little goes a long way. You could probably knock out a bunch of windows and glass for this and do coatings and make your money back, right, for glass coatings. So yeah, overall, I do recommend this polisher. Very, very solid option. The next video I'm going to do is probably me doing a paint correction on the 2-step paint correction with ceramic coating on the black Chevy Traverse. If you guys haven't seen that video, go check that out. It was like my first attempt ever at a paint correction. And then that was before I took my training class. Now I'm going to do another video of me after my training class and do all the tips and stuff I learned from that class into that video. So you guys are going to be able to see what I learned and some tips, tricks, whatever, and you guys might learn from that. So yeah, hopefully you guys are excited for that video because it's my first time ever doing a full ceramic car, right? Because during my training class, I only did like the hood and the door, I believe, is all I did. And I think the pillars too on the car. So yeah, I haven't done a whole car by myself, right? There were 7 of us knocking out a car, so it was really, really fast. And this time it's gonna be all on my own, right? My brother might be there to help me film and stuff like that, but it's basically gonna be myself knocking out the whole car. So that's gonna be a cool video in the future. Hopefully you guys do like this video. Drop a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't. We're on the road to 200 subscribers, almost there. And yeah, if you guys wanna see any more content, let me know. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.